I'm sorry, I'm talking in mute. So let me share my screen. Huh? So before starting the session, any questions, guys? Any questions, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Right. I'm setting up the things for live. Okay. Just one minute, please don't mind. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up this. Yeah. So I'm going to launch this quiz, guys. Okay. So just answer the questions. Right. I'm going to launch the quiz. I guess you can see on your screen. Yeah. So
Yes.
just created a small quiz. Okay. So sorry. Any questions?
No, we can see this.
Yeah, okay. So you can start answering these three questions, guys. Just a small quiz. We don't have enough time. In the next session, I'll create a five questions quiz. Okay, so just three questions I created. You can answer these three questions, guys. Okay, so then we are going to jump into the discussion. Can you see my screen? What you can see on your screen, guys, currently?
You can
There
see your
was a
screen, bro.
poll,
I
sir.
mean, can you see the
Microsoft Base.
edge? You can see, right? You cannot
Yeah,
see that Zoom polls. You cannot see, right?
yeah,
Yes.
edge. Yeah, correct.
Yes,
Okay.
Zoom calls
Oh,
has been.
yeah. I have to enable another setting for that. Okay, that's fine.
Submitted.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Very good. Very good. Okay.
I just done my test.
Okay. Guys, please submit as early as possible so that we can start the discussion. Okay. Okay. Shoot the live, I guess. Let me share again.
All window is not getting.
Sorry, you are not getting all the windows.
Yes.
Okay. That's not an issue. Okay. So that's not an issue. I'm not sharing other windows as of now. Okay, three questions, guys. 11 people answered till now. Still three more people are pending. I mean, two more people are pending.
Yeah, that one. That only I'm not able to get it.
You're not able to get the questions.
Yes.
Okay, please rejoin. Then I guess you just joined. Please rejoin then. Okay. Why this is not working?
Yeah, I joined earlier only, but still I'm trying.
Okay. Then please rejoin. Maybe there is an issue. Okay, so you can rejoin again. Just try rejoining. Okay, so then you can see, I guess. Okay. Guys, why it is still creating problems? I'm unable to see the screen. Guys, if you are not able to see the quiz, then again please rejoin. Huh? Right. Okay. So I got 11 answers till now, guys. Okay. So, guys, can anyone check whether in my channel YouTube live is working or not?
Yes, the live is going.
It's going on, right? The screen is visible, right? Okay.
Yes.
Done. Thank you. So let's discuss, guys. So, like, just three questions I gave. So SQL Server is a dash software, guys. SQL Server is a dash software.
DBMS.
Yeah, DBMS software.
RDBMS.
RDMS.
Right. Okay. So out of 11 people, okay, so 2 people responded as DBMS and remaining 9 responded as, okay. Now you cannot answer. Okay. So done, guys. Okay. Now you cannot answer. Right. So the SQL Server is an RDBMS software, guys, relational database management system. Okay. And how the data will be stored in the RDBMS model, guys?
Tabular format.
So tree structure, I gave one option. Networking model, I gave another option, and the tabular format is the relationship between each other, right? So the answer is the tables will be stored, okay, in the tabular format. I mean to say the data will be stored in the tabular format, guys, in the RDBMS software. Who is father of RDBMS? Professor E.F. Cod, okay? Professor E.F. Cod, so is the father of RDBMS. So like this, in future, I'll create more polls and all as we don't have, okay, time. So that's why, okay, so I'm unable to create more quiz questions and all, okay? So in future, like in the evening session and all, we'll add some extra questions, okay? Fine. Thank you, guys. I'm ending the poll, right? Chalo, we'll jump into the discussion. So I'll ask you quick questions, guys. Can anyone tell me the SQL Server versions?
Yeah, it's 2000, 2008, 2008 R,
Mhm.
R2,
Mhm.
2012, 14, 16 and 17, 2019 and latest is 2022.
22.
Right. Someone said last time. Right. So we have SQL Server 2000, 2005, 8, 8R2, 12, SQL Server 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2019. Finally, SQL Server 2022, guys. SQL Server 2022. Okay. So these are the versions of the SQL Server. So the latest version is SQL Server 2022, which was released in the year of 2022. So last year, okay, it was released last year, guys. Done. So in these versions, can anyone tell me what and all versions are platform dependent and what and all versions are platform independent?
Till 2016, it is platform dependent, sir.
Right.
After that, it is platform independent.
Right. Till 2016. So it's a platform dependent. So SQL Server 2000, 2005, 2008, 8R2, 12, 14, 16. Till here it's a platform dependent. What is meant by platform dependent, guys?
You can
What is meant
install
by
it
platform dependent?
only.
We can only install it on Windows platform.
Right. So platform dependent means dependency is there on the platform, means only one platform you can use. That too a Windows platform you can use. You can install SQL Server only on a Windows platform. Like in Windows platform, we have again 2 types of Windows operating systems are there. Can anyone tell me what and all
Desktop
operating systems are there?
operating
Yes.
system.
We have
Desktop and server.
desktop operating
Desktop and
system,
server.
and we have,
Server.
okay,
Server.
we have server operating system. So in the desktop operating system, we have like Windows XP, Vista, Premium, okay, and Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, which is not so famous, then Windows 10, and then finally, okay, Windows 11 that we are using currently, right? So in server operating systems, can anyone tell me the server operating systems versions, guys? What and all server operating systems are there?
Windows Server
Windows
2000,
Mm-hmm.
2003,
Windows
2008.
2000.
Yeah, 2008,
Okay.
2008 R2.
Windows
Mhm.
2014,
12,
12 is there. 12
12
R2,
16,
then 16, then Windows Server 2019.
22.
Yeah.
Right. So we have again same Windows Server 2000, 2003, 2008, 8R2, 12, 12R2, Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2019, and Windows Server 2022. So like we have all these Windows Server versions are there. Okay. So these are all versions we have, guys. Right. So Windows Server versions are different. Windows Server versions are like platform. It's a platform. SQL Server is an application, whereas Windows Server is a operating system. Okay, SQL Server is an application and Windows Server is an operating system, guys. Right. Fine. So now there is a question like Shanmukh, these are all applications, right? SQL Server applications, and these are all platforms. We have different platforms: Windows Server 2000, 2003, 2008, 8R2, 2012, 12R2, 16, 19, 22. Sharma, can we install all these SQL servers on all these Windows servers? Is it possible, guys? Just guess it. Is it possible? Can we install all the SQL servers? Why? Because this is SQL Server application. So this can be installed on the Windows Server operating system, right? So my question is, can I install all the SQL Server versions on all the platforms, or any limitations are there?
I think
Limitation should be.
we can install 2-3 Windows server 2-3 SQL servers in single Windows Server version.
Some limitations are there, like the higher version, lower version.
If
Correct.
higher version is there, then lower version it will not allow.
Correct. So there are a lot of limitations, guys. Not higher version, lower version. You can still install a lower version of SQL Server in the higher version of Windows. You
Hmm.
can still install higher version of SQL Server in the lower version of Windows. But the thing is, I cannot install all these SQL servers on all the Windows machines. Okay, I cannot install all the SQL servers on all the Windows machines. Why? I'll give you a simple example. So imagine this guy born in the year of 2000, right? This guy born in the year of 2000. So by that time, of course, imagine I'm just giving you a simple example, guys. So in the year of 2000, or like for the next 4 or 5 years, so whatever clothes, imagine the dresses he is using, imagine, I'm just giving an example, whatever the dresses he is using, can he use the same dresses in the year of 2022 also, after 22 years also?
No.
No.
Not at all possible, right? So in the year of 2000, he was very small, or next 5-10 years, he was small only. The measurements, everything is different. So when the scientists invented this SQL Server 2000, they don't know in future Windows Server 2022 will come, Windows Server 2019 will come, Windows Server 2016 will come, right? They cannot guess, right? In the year of 2000, how come they can guess Windows Server operating systems? This is called compatibility. What is this, guys? Compatibility. So in the year of 2000, generally scientists, how they are going to design the package, it should be available for the next 5 to 10 years. Later again, new versions and all will come. Then new versions will take care of it, right? So here SQL Server 2000, generally it will be available for the next 5 to 7 years, guys. So if you see here, any SQL Server software, you have to remember this formula: -7 to +7 years. What is this 7, guys? Years. Years means every SQL Server software will support -7 years and will support +7 years. This is very important, guys. So you should know on what and all Windows Server operating systems I can install SQL Server. This is very, very important. Okay. Why? Because sometimes like customers will come to you, the users will come to you, hey, can you please install SQL Server 2005 on my Windows Server 2016? So if they are asking like that, you should know, right, whether you are able to install SQL Server 2005 on Windows Server 2016 or not. You cannot give false promise, hey, I'll take care of you, I'll take care of the task, you don't worry, you go and sleep. So you cannot give false promise, and later once he come back, hey, sorry, that is not possible, we cannot install SQL Server 2005 on Windows Server 2016. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so you cannot say like that, right? As a DBA, immediately you have to tell whether you are able to install SQL Server 2005 on Windows Server 2016 or not. Not only 2005, any version, you should be immediately able to identify whether the particular SQL Server version is Can we install that SQL Server version on that particular Windows Server version? Is it going to allow me or not? For that, you have to learn this concept, guys. What is that? Compatibility. Every software will be compatible for, okay, 7 years, okay, -7 years to +7 years, guys. Every software, every SQL Server software, generally, it will be compatible for, guys, again, this is not written anywhere in the Microsoft website. This is just with my experience I'm saying. Okay. So every software, this can be -7 or +1 2 years. Okay. Just I'm giving you a generalized information. It can be plus 7 years or 8 years, mostly like that, 7 to 8 years on an average. So what is this -7 to +7? Okay. So for example, I want to check on what and all Windows Server operating systems I can install my SQL Server. Okay, 2005. I want to check on what and all Windows Server operating systems I can install my SQL Server 2005. So as per this formula, so you have to calculate. I told you, right, because of the compatibility, the older versions, you cannot install the very older versions of SQL servers on very latest versions of Windows servers. That is not at all possible. So up to which version it will support? Every SQL server will support, okay, -7 years to +7 years. What it means? 2005 -7, how much? How much, guys? 2005 -7, how much?
98.
1998.
98 to 2005 plus 7.
2012.
2012,
12.
right? So in this range, what and all Windows Server operating systems are there, guys? 1998 to 2012, what and all Windows Server operating systems we have?
Only 2012 is available.
2000 to 12.
2003
2000,
6.
2000,
2003.
2008,
2008 R2.
R2, 2012 for, yeah,
2012 R2.
yeah. For sure, you can install your SQL Server 2005 on all these Windows Server versions, guys. For sure, you can do that. For sure, you can do that. Maybe 1 or 2 extra versions can be added Windows servers, but for sure, you can do that. If someone comes to you, hey, can you please install my SQL Server 2005 on Windows Server 2016? So what should be your answer? Windows Server 2016.
we cannot install.
We
We
can't.
cannot install. That is not possible, sir, because of the compatibility issues. We cannot install 2005 on 2016 Windows Server 2016. That is not at all possible. This is called compatibility. What is this, guys? This is called compatibility. So the software, the SQL Server is compatible to the Windows servers up to 7 years. 7 years, -7 years, and +7 years, it can be compatible. Okay, but if the gap is more, 2005 to 2016, how much gap is there? 11 years gap is there. 11 years gap is there. So it can maximum support 7 or up to 8 years, max to max. So, but 11 years gap is there. It is not going to allow you to install SQL Server 2005 on Windows Server 2008. I'm sorry, on Windows Server 2016.
60.
Right? So this is called compatibility. So this you have to remember, guys. So suddenly people will raise a request, hey, can you please install SQL Server 2012 on Windows Server 2000 or on Windows Server 2003? Is it possible? SQL Server 2000, they are asking us to install on Windows Server 2003. So now tell me, guys, our -7 +7 formula, tell me on what and all Windows Server operating systems I can install.
From 2005
2012 means 2005 to 2019.
2019.
So in this range, what and all Windows Server operating systems we have? 2005 to 19.
2008
2008.
Hmm.
2008 R2.
Hmm.
2012. 2012
Till
R2.
2019.
2012 R2
Till 19.
Correct.
16,
On
19.
all these versions, for sure, I can install my SQL Server 2012. So can I install my SQL Server 2012 on Windows Server 2003?
No.
Is it going to allow me?
No.
No, I
No.
cannot install my SQL Server 2012 on Windows Server 2003.
2003.
Why? Because this is not compatible. Why? Because this is not compatible. So that's why I cannot install my SQL Server 2012 on my Windows Server 2003.
Three.
Okay.
Three.
So this is called your compatibility, guys. So you have to remember this. So in the next class, I'll ask you what and all SQL Server versions are there, Windows Server versions are there. Okay, so I'll give you one SQL Server version and I'll ask you on what Windows Server versions we can install SQL Server. So this is how it will continue, guys. Till now, is it clear? Any questions, any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No.
Right.
It's clear.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So as discussed, we have already discussed, right? SQL Server is a platform independent till SQL Server, I'm sorry, till SQL Server 2016, it's a platform dependent. So you can install only on Windows Server operating systems. Whereas from SQL Server 2017 onwards, SQL Server is a platform independent. You can install SQL Server on Windows Server operating systems as well as on Linux machines also. You can install the SQL Server, guys. Okay. So this is what we discussed. So let's discuss about this number. Okay. So what are these numbers and all? Let me show you how the SQL Server will be generally. Let me show you. And for this, I'll do one thing. It's okay. Don't worry about this, guys. I'll explain what I'm doing now currently. SQL Server is in stopped state. Okay. I'm just starting the SQL Server. That's it. I'm not doing any other thing. I'm just starting. How to start, where to start, okay, and how many ways to start. Everything will be discussed in a separate class. Okay, don't worry. This is called Management Studio. Again, there is a separate class on Management Studio. Just I want to show you how the SQL Server will be. Okay, so every component will be discussed separately, guys. Don't worry. All right. So here, what is this number, guys? What is this number and all? This is called bill number, the first one, this one. Okay, don't worry about this. So this is called your bill number, guys. So bill number is a number which will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. What is this, guys? Bill number. Bill number will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. Okay, so bill number initially, this is the small definition. The bill number will do a lot of things. We'll discuss all those things. Okay, so bill number will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server, guys. Bill number will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. I'm just connecting to the SQL Server. Don't worry how to connect and all. Again, there is a separate class. Okay, so we'll discuss all those things. How to connect, where to connect, what is the server name and all. So now by just looking at this is called server, guys. Server or instance. Listen carefully. Server or instance. Both are same. Please be muted. Please be muted. Instance. Okay, both are same. Server or instance. Instance means one SQL Server software copy. One SQL Server software copy is called one instance. Okay, one SQL Server software copy is called one instance. So this is my SQL Server or SQL instance. You can call anything. Okay, you can. Now, can you identify the version of the SQL Server by just looking the instance name?
15.0.
Can you identify the version of the SQL Server, guys?
Yeah, it
2009.
has a series with 15.0, 2000.5.
2019.
SQL Server version 2009.
Right. So what is this version, guys? So if you see here, I told you, right, you cannot directly identify by just looking the instance name. Okay, you have to remember these numbers. If you see here, if you install SQL Server 2000, the build number starts with 8.0. So you can see the build number here. This is called your build number. Okay, build number contains 4 parts. Okay, build number contains, what is this, guys? Build number contains 4 parts. Okay, 4 parts, guys. Major version dot minor version dot actual bill number dot revision history. Okay, so bill number contains 4 parts. Major version dot minor version dot actual bill number dot revision history. If you see here, you can see 4 numbers here: 15, 0, 2005. 4 numbers. First 15 is your major version. Second 0 is your minor version. Third 2000 is your actual bill number. And fourth 5 is your revision history. So why we need 4 numbers? Why we need 4 numbers, guys? Just 2 numbers are enough, right? Like Oracle version, like we have versions in the Oracle. So you don't see this many numbers. But why we need these many numbers? Right? Fine. So first 2 numbers will help you to find out the major and minor versions, guys. Okay. In the SQL Server, we don't have minor versions, like we have only one minor version, that is your SQL Server 2008 R2. Okay. So we have only one minor version, which is 2008 R2, guys. Okay. In the minor version means if it's released in the same year generally. So till now only 2000 and 2008 R2. In the same year they released. R2 means what? What is meant by R2, guys? What is meant by R2?
Revision.
Release to, like you know right now nowadays they are like whatever hit movies are there again re-releasing, right? So like that, release to, second time they released. R2 means release to. Okay, so if you see, all are like showing 8.0 means if you install SQL Server 2000 in the management studio, if you connect, it will show you 8.0 here. This portion will show you 8.0 if you install SQL Server 2000. If you install SQL Server 2005, it will show you 9.0. If you install SQL Server 2008, it will show you 10.0. If you install SQL Server 2008 R2, it will show you 10.50. If you install SQL Server 2012, it will show you 11.0. If you install SQL Server 2014, 12.0, 16, 13.0, 17, 14.0, 19, 15.0. For 2022,
16.
16.0.
16.0.
are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Bakka?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Correct. Okay, so that is correct, guys. Okay, so 16.0 means SQL Server 2022. So these 2 numbers will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. These 2 numbers will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server, guys. Okay, so 11.0, you have to remember this. Why? Because some features won't support. Okay, some features won't support, guys. Some features won't support on some versions. So you should be immediately able to identify which version of SQL Server it is. Someone coming to you and they're asking, hey, can you please create configure always on in my SQL Server 2008 instance? If anyone is asking like that, or if they gave an instance and they're asking you to configure always on, you should know whether that is going to support always on is a new feature, whether that is going to support on 2008 or not. So how you are able to tell immediately? You cannot go and check the version, right? So by just remembering these numbers, just first number only you have to remember, all second numbers are zeros only. Only for 2008 R to 10.50 will be the remaining. All are like numbers in sequential order only. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Only for 2008 R2, you can see 10.50. Remaining all are like normal sequential numbers only. So nothing to break your heads and all. If you start with SQL Server 2000, it will start with 8.0. From then onwards, it will increase 111 value. So like that, you have to remember. This is very important to remember, guys. So as a SQL DBA, you should know all the SQL Server versions. You should know all the Windows Server versions, and you should know the bill numbers. You should know the bill numbers, right? So this is how it is going to work, guys. So the first two parts are major version and minor version. What about the next two parts, guys? What about the next two parts? Actual bill number and revision history. So these two values will help you whether SQL Server is patched or not. Or patching means what, guys? Applying the updates. Whether you have applied any updates or not. Why? Because every software updates are very important, right? When you open PhonePe, at least weekly once or every 2 weeks once or at least monthly once it will ask you to update. Why?
Fix the bugs.
Bugs. Why? Because to fix the bugs and to enhance the security. To enhance the security. Why? Because nowadays every minute, every second, lot of viruses are attacking, right? So it's very important to save your softwares, okay, from this virus and all, virus attacks and all. So that's why every time you have to update the SQL Server. So if you update the SQL Server, the third part and the fourth part will be changed, guys. If you update the SQL Server, okay, if you apply any updates on the SQL Server, the third part and the fourth part are going to be changed, guys. The third part and the fourth part are going to be changed. So first two parts will help you to find out the version of the SQL Server. Second two parts will help you whether SQL Server is updated or not, whether SQL Server is patched or not. Okay, so this is the bill number, guys. Okay, bill number contains four parts: major version dot minor version dot actual bill number dot revision history. First two numbers, major version and minor version, will help you to find out the version of the SQL Server. Next two numbers will help you to check whether the SQL Server is patched or not, whether SQL Server is updated or not. If you apply the updates, for example, let me show you this website. Okay, so here if you go and check, okay, so SQL Server builds.blogspot.com. Okay, you can simply type SQL Server builds, guys. If you see here, say for example, let's go with SQL Server 2019 only, or else let's go with some older versions. See here, these are all different updates, guys. These are all different updates. You can see SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, service packs. SP means service pack. We'll discuss all these things. Don't worry, we have a separate session. Okay, so patching session is there. Okay, I'll take care of it, guys. Okay, initially I'm just explaining what is what. So initially when you install SQL Server 2016, it will comes with 13.0.1601.5. When you install SQL Server 2016 initially, this is called RTM. When you install SQL Server 2016, the base copy, it will come 13.0.1601.5. When you patch the SQL Server with updates, Service Pack 1 is one update, Service Pack 2 is one update, Service Pack 3 is one update. We have different updates like up to Service Pack 4. If you patch the SQL Server with the update, see here 13.0 is common everywhere. First two numbers are not changing, but on RTM, I'll tell you, on the base copy, if you apply an update Service Pack 1, see 1601.5 is changed to 4001.0. If you apply SP2, 1601.5 will be changed to 5026.0. If you apply SP3, 1601.5 will be changed to 6300.2, 6300.2. So when you patch the SQL Server, okay, the third and fourth parts are going to be updated. So this is how we can easily identify, okay, this was patched. This was patched with this particular service pack. This was patched with this particular update. Okay, so to identify with what update it was patched, to identify easily, we have this third number and fourth number, guys. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Any questions, any doubts?
Hi,
So
Sonu.
for
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes, please.
If we don't have the access of that SSMS, without
Hmm.
accessing that SSMS, how can we check the version? Means, is there any log files?
Without accessing the SSMS means we can
Means,
check in another way. I'll tell
Mhm.
you, we can check in another way. No need to access the any logs. Okay. Generally, we can find that version in a summary.txt file. Okay, I'll show you that one. But
Sure.
very easy process is when you install SQL Server in your laptop, generally it will create some folders in the C program files. Okay, it will create some folders in the C program files. So C program files, it will create a folder called Microsoft SQL Server. If you open this folder, you can see here, you can see some numbers, right? These
Mhm.
folders will be created when you install the SQL Server. So when you see this folder name, what you can see here? What you can see?
2019.
MSSQL 15 dot MSSQL Server. This is the instance name and this is the version. So using this folder, okay, it is showing 15 means SQL Server 2019 installed. Okay, so this is one way. And another way is, okay, you can use, if you don't have access to SSMS, you can use SQL CMD. Okay, so you can use SQL CMD. CMD, I'll show you guys. SQL CMD hyphen your instance name. What is the instance name, guys? Hyphen S MS SQL Server. Okay, so it was connected. Now it's not going to name it. Could not connect. MS SQL. We can use this CMD. We can use this hyphen S, right? Server name. Hyphen S. We have to provide. It's running, right? Currently, the default instance is running. Okay, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Okay, I have to give the computer name. Okay. So let me show you. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'll tell you. I'll explain all these things. We have to give the computer name. Okay, so now SQL CMD. Okay, so hyphen S. Okay, so just right. Now you can see it was connected. Okay, so there is a command to check the version of the SQL Server. Select edit version and go. If you give like this, it will show you the version of the SQL Server.
Okay, we have to give this desktop server host name first.
Can we? Sorry.
I said we have to put that host name.
Yeah, you
after-
have to check, right, what is the host name and all. Why? Because this is the default instance. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll explain everything. Okay. Why? Because this is the default instance. You have to connect using only host name. So you have to check what is the host name and all. Okay. So that's why I used this host name and I got this host name. Then I connected using this host name. Okay. So you have to check if it is default instance and all, what is the host name and all, you have to check. Based on that, you can connect. But again, don't worry, guys. There is a separate discussion what is default instance, what is named instance and all. Just to show you in what other ways we can find out the version of the SQL Server. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So using command prompt also you can do that, guys. Using command prompt also you can do that to check the version. Here also you can run the queries, but as of now we didn't discuss it, right, how to run the queries and all. I'll tell you how to check the version of the SQL Server. Okay, this is one way, like just by checking the number we can easily identify, but we still have some queries. Okay, you can run the queries and all. Select edit version will help you to find out the version of the SQL Server, guys, but we'll be discussing, don't worry. Right, any other questions?
It's clear.
So if you run select edit version here, this is like query window, I'll tell you, okay? And you can click on execute button, it will help you, okay, to check the version of the SQL Server. So you can see Microsoft SQL Server 2019 RTM copy 15.0.2000.5, same number, whatever you can see here, same number you can see, right? So this is how you can easily identify the version of the SQL Server. But again, what is this query window, way to write, how to check before writing queries, before executing queries? what things we can do. Okay, so everything will be discussed, guys. Okay, any questions? Clear? Any questions, guys? Any questions, doubts? No questions? Are we good?
So I have one question, bro.
Yes, yes, yes.
So like you have showed us that skill build blogspot, right? So
Mhm.
for an example, the lower version SQL Server, there is service pack 1, service pack 2, service pack 3.
Mm.
So first we will install that base version. So after that we can directly download the service pack 3 and install it, right? So it's
We-
not mandatory to install one by one, service pack
Mm.
1, service pack 2, service pack 3.
The short answer is yes. Okay, it's not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, so you can directly install the higher version, direct service pack 4 if anything is there. And okay, so it's not mandatory as discussed, but again, this will be detailed, in detail will be discussed in the patching class.
Okay, fine, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. Right. So this is called bill number, guys. Bill number will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server, and it will also help you, okay, to check whether your SQL Server is patched or not. It will also help you to check whether your SQL Server is patched or not. Okay, so guys, 1 minute. Right, okay. Just 1 minute, just 1 minute. Right, fine. Right, so these are the bill numbers. Now, what are these numbers? 90, 80, 90, same 8.0 means 80, 9.0 means 90, 10.0 means 100, same 10.50 means also 100, 110, 11.0. You have to remove the dot, that's it. 110, 120, 130. What are these numbers, guys? What are these numbers? Any idea? Any guess?
RTMs.
RTMs. No. So I'll tell you guys. Okay. So what are these numbers? So it's like a when you install SQL Server, I told you, right, some folders will be created. Okay, if you see here 80, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 160. So when you install SQL servers, these folders will be created in the particular instance base directory. What is this path, guys? I'll tell you during the installation, we'll discuss, guys. So when you install SQL servers, so the particular folders will be created 80, 90, 110. You can see here the numbers and all 80, 90, 110, 130, 140, 150, 160. So when you install SQL Server 2022, okay, when you install SQL Server 2022, so 160 folder will be created, guys. When you install SQL Server 2019, 150 folder will be created. So some binaries files and all will be there. Okay, so if you go and check the folders here, so this is this one. If you go and check the folders, some binaries will be there, guys. Some bootstrap folders, log folders. Okay, we can see the logs and all, right? So we can see the logs, what's going on. Okay, so this is how we can check the logs, guys. See here, it was mentioned Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Someone asked, right? Other than this, Shanmukh, how to check which version of SQL Server installed. So you should know the path. So in this path, generally, for example, if 2019 installed, 150 folder will be created. In the 150 folder, there is a folder called setup bootstrap folder. In the setup bootstrap folder, there is one more folder called log folder. Setup bootstrap, and then log folder. So if you see, there will be a summary.txt file. Again, depends, guys. Don't think all summary.txt files will help you. Depends. Okay. So if you go down, then you can see the version of the SQL Server and the edition of the SQL Server here. Okay. You can see the product name and you can see the edition. Edition, I'll tell you guys what is edition and all. Okay. So this is how you can find out. Okay. So the log folders and all, this is where we can find out. So when you install the respective versions, these folders will be created in your C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Clear, guys? These are the build numbers, okay, which will help you to identify the version of the SQL Server. And these are the folder numbers or names. When you install the respective versions, the respective folders will be created. In that folders, logs will be there. Using that logs, you can check the installation errors, patching errors, upgradation errors, okay, and uninstallation errors. All these things we can check using these folder logs, guys. Is it clear, guys, now? What is these numbers? How we are going to like identify using these numbers? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, bro. Clear.
Right. So these are right. So this is how generally we can identify the version of the SQL Server, and this is how generally we can identify. Even if we see 150 means, we can say that okay, SQL Server 2019 is installed in this machine. So in this folder section, okay, in the instance base directory. So if you go and check this, this is Microsoft SQL Server folder. One folder will be created. So if you see the folders, okay, we can see okay what and all versions are installed in this machine. You can easily identify, guys. Okay, without connecting to SQL Server itself, you can easily identify what and all versions are connected to this particular SQL Server, guys. I'm sorry. Any questions? Any doubts? What is the reason of creating folder on older version number? I'll tell you, Rajesh. When we install SQL Server, I'll tell you. So don't think, guys, Rajesh asked like Shanmukh, I can see 80, 90 also. So if you see 80, 90 means what it means, guys, generally. If you see 80, 90 means maybe SQL Server 2000, 2005 installed. Okay. But I haven't installed 2000 and 2005 in this laptop. Still, I can see 80, 90 folders. I can still see 110 folder. I haven't installed SQL Server 2012 here. Some folders are base folders, very important folders. The base features and all, you will get it from these folders, guys. So even though you install SQL Server 2019, don't expect only 150 folder will come. No, some lower compatibility folders also will come. The base features and all will work using the files that are created in this folder. Okay, it didn't change the structure. Microsoft didn't change any structure. So it's created same 80 folder. Whatever features are there, it will carry through 80 folder. Whatever features are there, it will carry through 90 folder. Okay, so this will be explained during the installation of the SQL Server. Okay. Fine, guys. Are we good? Right. Chalo. So what next, guys? So we just discussed about the, right. We'll discuss about RTM, CTP, okay, and your RC. Okay, so we just discussed till here, platform dependent, platform independent. So we also discussed about the bill numbers. Then we'll discuss about the additions. Maybe we'll start demo in the evening onwards, guys. Guys, 1-2 sessions will be like theory, like the other sessions and all. Once we discuss the overview of the things and all, then we can jump into the demo. Okay, don't think completely theory will be there. No, we haven't yet started the demos. So in the evening, most probably we'll start the demos, guys. Right. So let's discuss about these things. Okay. What is CTP, RC, RTM? CTP, Community Technology Preview, RC, Released Candidate, and RTM, Released to Market. What are these items and how they are going to useful? Very simple, guys. Very, very simple. For example, now SQL Server 2022 is there in the market, right? So I'll give you an example. So for corona vaccine, so did they directly introduce that vaccination to the public?
No.
No, right? Nothing. No one will do like that. When scientists are like when they invented any medicine, they don't directly give it to the public, right? So lot of tests and all will be going on. Initially, they will give to rats, then
Mm.
they'll give it to monkeys, then they will go for some clinical trials. They will choose some people of different age groups, children, middle-aged, teenage, and senior citizens. They will choose the people, okay, and they are going to conduct some clinical trials, and they are going to observe it. They are going to check the side effects. They will see what components are like more, what components are less. They are going to adjust it. After all the testings are completed, then they will start giving the vaccination to the public, right? This is how it was, right?
Yep.
Same way, when SQL Server 2022, so it was released in the year of 2022. That doesn't mean Microsoft started working in 2022, right? Maybe it started working 1-2 years before itself, right? So it will go for some testings and all. It will check. For example, if Microsoft wants to introduce SQL Server 2025, guys, SQL Server, Microsoft already work started, I guess. Okay, I'm not sure whether they are going to, but I'm thinking, I'm telling. So if they want to introduce SQL Server 2025 into the market, what they will do? They don't start working in the year of 2025, right? They'll start working before itself, 1-2 years before itself. They'll start working. So they will check it. They will design the product. Then what they will do? So even they don't know how it is going to behave, right? What and all features are there, how the features are going to behave, what and all bugs are there. They'll try to fix the bugs as much as they can, but still lot of bugs will be there, right? How these bugs will be there, guys? When you use the software, then you use it to get the bugs and all. So what they will do initially, they don't release the final version of the new product into the market, like the testing. First, they will release the CTP version of 2025. They will release the CTP version of 2025. That is the first test copy. CTP is nothing but a first test copy of a SQL Server software. A first test copy. First, they will release CTP 2025 into the market. So those who are registered as a Microsoft community people, everyone can register. You also can go to Microsoft website and you can register as a community person. Those who registered as a community people, as a Microsoft community, initially they will get the updates about the new product. Initially, the community people will get the updates about the new product. Imagine if I'm a community member. So before going into the live, before the product is introducing to the public, first they will introduce to the community people. So we can download as a community member. I can download SQL Server 2025. I can install SQL Server 2025 in my machine. I can practice. I can see what and all bugs are there. I can inform to Microsoft team, hey, improve this, improve this. Okay, so this is good, this is bad, this is not working as expected. I can give my reviews to the Microsoft. So like this, it is going to collect all the reviews across the globe, and then it will modify the changes and all. It will modify the software and all. It will add some extra features. It will delete the bugs. It will remove the bugs and all. By just doing some changes to the code, it will delete the bugs and all. So finally, it will create one more second test copy. So CTP is nothing but the first test copy. If Microsoft is going to release any new version SQL Server into the market, it don't directly release the new version, new product into the market. First, it will release a first test copy. That first test copy is called CTP copy, right? So in that CTP, it is going to collect all the bugs information, all the suggestions from the customers, and then it will refine its code. Okay, and then it will modify its code. Finally, it will release one more test copy. The second test copy is called released candidate. First test copy is called CTP copy, and the second test copy is called released candidate. Released candidate also same. You can download it, you can install. But again, as it is free, you cannot install on the production servers, guys. That is just a test copy. Okay, just to test whether all features are working as expected or not. If any new features are introduced, how to use that new features. That is just a test copy, guys. So these copies are free, but that doesn't mean the free copies you can install on production servers. That is illegal. You cannot install any free softwares on production servers. They are free only in the lower environment, not on the higher environments, guys, like production servers and all. Why they are investing crores and crores of money if everyone is going to take for free, right? Microsoft SQL Server software is so costly, guys. Do you know that? Can you guess what is the cost of SQL Server software copy? One SQL Server software copy. Can you guess it, guys? What is the cost of a SQL Server software? One SQL Server software cost. Just check it and let me know. This is the assignment for you guys. Okay. In the evening session, just check the SQL Server software copy, the license copy of a SQL Server. What is the cost and all? You can just check and Google it. You will get it. Not an issue. Okay. So, guys, again, I'll give you the assignments. These assignments are very important. These assignments will help you to enhance your searching skills, guys. Searching skills are very important. So even though you don't have much knowledge, but if you are good in searching, you can survive in the job. So don't think all IT people are intelligent people. Yes, they are intelligent in using the Google, not in writing the code and all. Okay, they are intelligent in using the Google, guys. So what kind of keywords that you are using depends upon the keywords, depends upon the phrases that you are using while searching. The results will be different. So you should be good in searching also. So that's why I'm giving the assignment. So try to get the answers, Google it. You have to improve your searching skills also using these assignments, so that once you jump into the organization, it will be easy for you. Okay, so you'll get to know what kind of keywords and all you have to use while searching the SQL related things and all. Okay, so check and let me know the cost of the SQL Server software. Right, this is the second test copy, guys. The released candidate, that also same. You can download, you can install, and if any bugs, if any reviews, if any suggestions are there, you can give it to Microsoft, or Microsoft will take it automatically using error reporting concept. Finally, Microsoft will take all the suggestions from the RC copy also, and it will refine still if any bugs are there. Then finally, it will release a licensed copy into the market. This is called the licensed copy, guys. This is called the licensed copy, RTM, released to market. If you see here, RTM copy. See, when you check select edit version, you can see the RTM copy. RTM means this is the base version of SQL Server 2019. This is the base version of SQL Server 2019, the licensed copy of SQL Server 2019. This is the base version, guys. On top of it, you can apply some updates. That's why here you can see I mentioned service packs and all. Okay, so if you see here, service pack. So on top of the base copy, you can apply the updates, right? So this is on top of the base copy. You can apply the update service packs, cumulative updates. You can have, like, we can have multiple updates. Okay, so we can apply all the updates on the base copy, guys. So RTM is the base copy for any version. If you see RTM means, only RTM means it was not patched. Okay, no updates are applied till now. Only RTM, if you see, no updates are applied on this SQL Server as of now. Only RTM. If you see, only RTM means no updates are applied as of now. This is the base copy. Since from the installation, nothing I did, no updates I have applied on this particular SQL Server. So then you can see RTM. If you apply any updates, you can see Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3, CU1, CU2, CU3. I'll tell you what is CU and all. Cumulative update. Okay, so minor update. So you can see that change here, guys. So RTM means it's a base copy. Whenever you are installing a SQL Server in any of the machine, you are installing which copy, guys? Which copy you are installing initially?
RTM.
Yeah.
Copy you are installing. If anyone is asking you to install SQL Server 2019, you will copy the software and you will start installing. What is that? What is that instance? It's an RTM instance. Okay, the base copy of the SQL Server is called an RTM copy, guys. Shanmukh, after installing SQL Server RTM copy, if any bugs are there, now you are saying, before releasing into the market, you are saying it will collect all the information, bugs information and all from the customers, and it will rectify. But after installation of RTM, if any bugs are there,
Update.
You should patch.
Correct, correct. That we can overcome using the updates, service packs, cumulative updates and all. It cannot rectify 100% bugs, guys. I hope you know the difference between bug and error. Error is something not working. Bug is something not working as expected. Okay, so bug is nothing but error is nothing but something blocked, guys. Something blocked, some mistakes you did. But bug is not like that. Bug is there is a mistake in the software. Okay, so the software is not working as expected. So that is called bug, guys. So this is how it is going to work. Okay, so this is all about your CTP, RC, RTM, guys. Any questions here, please? Any questions, doubts? Questions, guys? No questions? Are we good? Okay, done. Take a break. Come back after 15 minutes, 8:35. Okay, we'll discuss other things, guys. Okay, so I'll be in mute. So I'll be back at 8:35.
Okay.
Right, guys, can you hear me? Okay, done. Okay, so let's continue the discussion, guys. Any questions till now?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. So we discussed about the CTP or CRTM, okay, and bill numbers. We discussed SQL Server versions, Windows Server versions. We discussed, and bill number format we discussed, and additions, guys. Okay, so let's discuss about the additions and the components of the SQL Server. Okay, so we'll discuss about the additions and the components of the SQL Server. So what is addition? Okay, addition is nothing but limitations to the existing features, guys. Addition is nothing but limitations to the existing features is called an addition. Limitations to the features in the SQL Server software is called an addition. So I'll tell you in a simple way. Okay, so let me go to this. Let me go to any website. Okay, if you go to this, so let me go to this Zoom pricing. I'm using this Zoom meeting software, right? So if I want to purchase the Zoom licensing, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so I decided I want to purchase the Zoom licensing and all. If you see here, I can see 4 models, right? If you see here, I can see 4 models. I can see a basic model. I can see a pro model. I can see a business model. I can see business plus model. So I can say these are all additions, guys. These are all additions. So what is addition? Actually, we have a Zoom software. So in Zoom software, we have some limitations as per the additions. If you are using free account, what is the problem, guys? The meeting will end in 40 minutes automatically. The meeting will end in 40 minutes automatically if you are using free account. And only 100 attendees can attend per meeting. So small extra features we have: whiteboard, basic, team chart, mail and calendar, notes. So if you are going with the free option, then you will get only these features, guys. Now my requirement is I want to take classes continuously, 2 hours, 2.5 hours classes and all I want to take. So this is not good option. If the class is going to cancel or close automatically for every 50 minutes, I might lose the users. Some users may not join after the class. Means if I ask them to join second time, so I might lose the business. So what I decided, I want to go with some pro model, right? So in the pro model, again, the meeting will last for 30 hours. One meeting continuously can run for 30 hours. Okay, and I can see 100 attendees can join the meeting at a time. Whiteboard feature, team chart, mail, calendar, notes. Okay, so you can see lot of options. I mean to say, when compared to basic model, I can see some extra options are there in the pro model. When these are the features in the basic model, which is completely free. But when I compare to basic model, I can see some extra options like AI companion, cloud storage, essential apps. Like this, I can see 3 extra apps. If I want to go for more, like my class students are like more than 100 people are there. So this is not sufficient for me. Then I'll go with this business model. 300 attendees can attend. And I will also get some extra features like SSO, managed domains and all. I'll get it. Still, in the organization I want to use, I can go with business plus model. So you can see a lot of extra options are there. Phone, translated captions, workspace reservation. So like this means it depends upon my requirement. I can choose the plan. But in each plan, the software is same only. That is Zoom software only. But if you go with the free account, you will get only these features. If you go with the pro account, you will get these features. If you go with the business account, you will go with these features. And if you go with business plus account, you will go to all, you'll get all these features. Means in the basic edition, this is one edition, basic edition, this is pro edition, this is business edition, this is business plus edition. So in the free edition, I'm getting limited features. In the free edition, I am getting limited features. In the Pro edition, getting some extra features. In the Business edition, some extra features, and Business Plus edition, some extra features. Means in each edition, it is unlocking the features, guys. Agree or not? Agree or not? In each edition, it is unlocking the feature, right? So this is called edition. This is called edition. We have the same editions concept in the SQL Server, guys. Okay, we have editions concept in the SQL Server. Same how this Zoom will work. Now, when you go to any matrimony website, if you register in the matrimony website, every day early morning you will get some beautiful matches. If you click on that, it will ask you to upgrade. And while upgrading, you have a lot of options, whether you want to see 5 matches or 10 matches, whether you want to contact them, whether you want to see their horoscope, whether you want to see their personal details. Okay, so if you want to see extra details, you have to pay extra in the matrimony site, right? So it is, the contacts are already there, the information is there, but depends upon the package that you choose. It is unlocking the feature, it is unlocking the information, right? In the same way, we have editions in the SQL Server, guys. We have different editions in the SQL Server. What and all editions we have, guys? We have Express edition, which is completely free, like Zoom free account. Zoom free account. In the free account, can I use all the features, guys?
No.
No, not at all. In the same way, SQL Server is completely free in the Express edition. It's a complete free edition in the Express. In the Express edition, if you go with the Express edition, it's completely free. But lot of challenges are there. What are the some common challenges? The database size cannot be more than 10 GB, guys. Database size cannot be more than 10 GB. Up to 10 GB it will support. There is no SQL Server agent in the Express edition. In the Express edition, there is no SQL Server agent. So if you want to go with automation and all, you cannot create any jobs. Agent is responsible for the automation. So if there is no agent, so how can I create jobs? How can I automate the backups? How can I automate the other frequent things? That is not possible. And that too, it's a free edition. What we discussed right earlier, free editions you cannot install on the which environment?
Production room.
Production environment.
Production.
Always, even though it is free, Shanmugh, can I install that? I'm okay. My database size is 1 GB. I'm okay. I don't have any automation to set up. I'll do it manually. But still, can I use Express edition in the production environment?
No.
No, that is illegal. Using free editions on the production live environments is illegal. Microsoft, Shanmugh, how Microsoft will came to know this? Microsoft will do audits, guys. Every year it will perform audits on every company. Like what and all companies they are using, it will perform audits. Microsoft team will come, they will run some PowerShell scripts. Shanmugh, I'll stop all the instances before a night. Is it going to check? Yes. Even though you are running the instance or you stopped the instance, still you have to pay license to the Microsoft. If you don't pay license, and if you are using illegal, and Microsoft will go for legal actions on you, and very big penalties and all will be imposed, guys, if Microsoft won the case. Okay, so even though it's a free edition, you cannot install on the production server. So Express edition is completely free, but we have a lot of challenges, like a free Zoom account. How the Zoom free account is going to be closed for every 40 minutes. In the same way, you cannot create any databases more than 10 GB. And there is no automation, there is no SQL Server agent, so you cannot achieve automation. So these are all the problems with the free edition, guys. You can use this free edition in the lower environments. You can use this free editions in the lower environments like test, dev, stage. There you can install, but not on the production servers. Evaluation edition we have Express edition, evaluation edition, developer edition, standard edition, and enterprise edition. Enterprise edition is the highest edition, guys, like business plus model. Okay, so like a business plus model, see, a lot of features are there in the business plus model, right? This is the highest edition, I guess. Enterprise, one more is there. This is business plus, right? And we have one more, enterprise. Why? Because, for example, if TCS decided to go with Zoom, if Microsoft decided to go with Zoom, or some other company, service-based company, Infosys decide to go with Zoom, lakhs of employees are there, right, across the globe. 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs employees are there for Infosys. So if everyone wants to use this Zoom, so they cannot go with Business Plus and all. In the Business Plus, only 300 attendees it will accept. If you go with Enterprise Edition, 1000 attendees it is going to accept, and you can also, like, you can call them for some custom packs and all. For the companies, they will give. See here, for Enterprise Edition, you have to contact the sales. They are going to give some offers and all. So it depends upon the requirements and all. You can go with the Enterprise Edition, and if you go with Enterprise Edition, a lot of features you are getting. In the same way, Enterprise Edition is the highest edition in the SQL Server. All the features will be unlocked in the Enterprise Edition, and you can install this Enterprise Edition in the production environment, guys. You can install the Enterprise Edition in the production environment, right? So this is how these are the editions we have, guys. Mostly, no one will ask you what is the difference between Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition, guys. That's what. Okay, so you can tell, like, in case if they are still asking, Shanmukh, I want to see, okay, Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition differences. Go to Google. In terms of resources, we have differences, guys. In terms of resources like CPU, memory. Okay, so what you can do, Standard Edition. Edition and versus Enterprise Edition. SQL Server. Okay, you can just check like this. You can compare the features and all. Okay, so you can just check the features in Standard, what and all features, in Enterprise, what and all features. So actually, this is not the correct one. You'll get it from the Microsoft itself. That will be good to compare. Yeah. Okay. So using this, you can compare, guys, in terms of CPU and memory resources. Okay, in terms of CPU and memory resources, generally you can see there will be differences between your Standard Edition and your particular scale limited. See, you can see here, Enterprise, Standard, Web, Express Edition. You can see here, guys. You can see operating system maximum. If you go with the Enterprise Edition, so maximum compute capacity used by SQL instance. Okay, you can see here, memory and all. Maximum compute capacity used by single instance. You can see here for analysis services. This is for database engine. This is for analysis or reporting services. This is for your maximum memory. So if you go with Enterprise Edition, you can use as much as memory that operating system is supporting. Okay, if you go with Enterprise Edition of SQL Server. If you go with the Standard Edition of SQL Server, even though in your server 256 GB RAM is there, still maximum 128 GB RAM you can allocate to SQL Server. If you go with Web Edition, you can allocate only 64 GB. Okay, so you can see here, guys, you can see the limitations and all. No one will ask you, it's very difficult to remember all these values and all, but what is the main differences between your SQL Server, Enterprise Edition and other editions, guys? In terms of CPU, memory, resources, IOs. So in terms of all these things, we have some differences between the editions, guys. So main editions that we'll use in the organization is Developer Edition up to SQL Server 2016. Developer Edition is not free, guys. You have to pay amount for Developer Edition up to SQL Server 2016. What Microsoft did is from 2017 onwards, Microsoft, okay, gave this Developer Edition for free. Developer Edition is also like an Enterprise Edition. All features will work. But what is the challenge, guys?
License.
Yes, as it is a free edition, you cannot install on your
Production
production
server.
server. So definitely on production servers, either you have to go with the Standard Edition or Enterprise Edition. You have to choose any of these editions. Okay, if you want unlimited features and all, you have to go with Enterprise Edition. And if you are okay, a medium scale server, that's fine with me. A normal application, then go with the Standard Edition. If it's a critical application, go with the Enterprise Edition. Okay, so this is how generally editions will be managed, guys. Edition means, again, limitations to the existing feature in the software is called an edition. We have different editions in the SQL Server. Express Edition completely free. Evaluation Edition free for 180 days. Developer Edition completely free, but you cannot install on production servers. Standard Edition and Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is the highest edition. Can I install Enterprise Edition in the lower environment? Guess it.
Yeah, you can install.
Guess it, guys.
Sir, I think no.
No,
Yes, we can install, but it is not required. I mean, investing that
Someone
scale
comes
of
to
money
me.
for lower instance.
Yeah, someone comes to me, hey Shanmukh, I like your teachings, I'll give you, okay, 10,000 rupees. I'll donate 10,000 rupees to SVSC. So what I have to do? Can I take the 10,000 rupees?
No.
I cannot take it. They are
Yes,
not giving, they are not giving for free. Okay, they gave for my hard work, they gave it. So I can take it. So you can install enterprise edition in the lower environment, but you have to pay the money to Microsoft.
Yeah, at any cost.
Okay, see, Microsoft, it's illegal if you are using free edition in the
Prod
enterprise prod environment. Why? Because Microsoft is going to lose the money. So that is illegal. But if you install enterprise in the lower environment, Microsoft is going to get the money, right? It's not illegal. Microsoft will get extra money. They will encourage you to use. Of course, they don't. But again, I'm saying they don't even ask also why you are using in the lower environment. They don't ask. Why? Because they are getting money. But if you are using a developer edition on the production servers, definitely, hey, why you are using a free editions on the production servers? Okay, so you can install enterprise edition in the lower environment, but the thing is, you have to pay the money to the Microsoft. Okay, so that's how it is going to work, guys. Okay. Fine. So components, what are the components generally, guys? So components means with the SQL Server software, what and all extra features you will get it. Components is nothing but features. Okay, so with SQL Server softwares, what and all extra features you will get when you install SQL Server, these are all components, guys. When you buy any product, any food items, if you buy, you can see what and all components are there, right, in that pack. So you can see all the components, right? So you can see like we have, if you install while installing SQL Server, you can see some extra features. Microsoft is providing extra features for you. If you want, you can use it, or if you don't want, chalo, you can leave it, not an issue. So these are all the common components. Generally, we'll get it. So database engine is the main component, guys. It's the heart of the SQL Server. Without database engine, there is no SQL Server. Like how car engine is important for running the car, and in the same way, database engine is important to run the SQL Server, guys. This is main component. And along with that, you will also get access to BIDS components, Business Intelligence Development Studio. So BIDS means like analysis services. Under BIDS, we have three components. Analysis services will help you to analyze the data. Reporting services will help you to generate reports, beautiful reports and all using this. And integration services will help you to integrate the data from different sources like Excel to SQL Server, Notepad to SQL Server, some other database softwares to SQL Server, from SQL Server to other database softwares to integrate the data. Okay, we'll use these services, but these are all add-ons. Extra you have to pay if you are using these components. So it's so wish if customer is asking, hey, DBA team, please install analysis services also, you can install. Please install reporting services, you can install. Please install integration services. Yes, we can install. So these are all the different components that we will get it, but it's not mandatory to install. If customer is asking you how to install, otherwise, if you are installing all the components, that's it. Nothing will happen to you. Your company has to pay a lot of money to Microsoft. Even though you're not using, if you're paying means waste only, right? So if customer is asking, then we will choose these components. Otherwise, we will choose only database engine and some shared features we are going to choose. So during the installation, I'll show you how, what and all components we can install, where we can install, how to choose the components. Everything will be discussed, okay, during the installation, guys. Clear? Any questions, any doubts?
Yeah, yeah, Shanmukh. If we have using evaluation version and we have created database and tables, and after that has been expired, can we recall that?
You're using evaluation edition and then it was expired. We can recall. Means like if you have the files, the physical files and all in your laptop. Generally, if it is expired also, that doesn't mean the OS level files will be deleted. Okay, if you are able to recall that particular files, then you can recall it.
Means you are saying DBs and tables also can be
Correct. We can do that. Yeah. Right. Any other questions, guys? So almost theory part is completed. So we can jump into the demo. So before jumping into the demo, so we'll discuss about the platform, guys. Okay, what kind of platform and all we are going to use. Okay. So now I want to install SQL Server, right? Okay, so first I'll tell you the process. Okay, initially what is the process in the organization? We'll discuss the process, guys. Okay, process to install the SQL Server. Okay, so we don't have enough time. It needs at least 2.5 hours. But of course, before installing SQL Server, we have to create a platform, right? Or like operating system and all. So first, let's discuss the process. Okay, so we are going to discuss process also, guys, for every topic. So it is very important. So you should know the process as a DBA in the organization. You should know the process. Okay, so otherwise, if someone comes to you, hey, install SQL Server 2019 in this particular machine, then okay, chalo, no problem, I'll install. So if you just give promise and if you install the SQL Server, it will create a lot of problems, right? So you have to complete some process before installing the SQL Server, right? So now what are the general requirements? Tell me, guys, what are the general requirements to install the SQL Server? Software requirements, hardware requirements. Tell me, guys. What are the general hardware and software requirements we should have?
We should keep our machine to ready to install the things.
Right. Let's go with hardware requirements. First, we should have RAM, right? We should have CPU. Forget about it. How much we need, Shanmukh. We don't want to concentrate on that. Why? Because definitely the organization servers are high configured, 128 GB RAM, 64 GB RAM. So the minimum is we need minimum 4 GB
Price.
RAM, minimum 2 CPU cores and all. But in the organization, you'll get a big servers. Okay, so you don't worry how much minimum requirements, nothing. So hardware requirements, you should have RAM, you should have CPU. These are
Drives.
and of course,
Storage.
right? We should
Drives.
have the storage, okay, whatever it is, drives and all, storage. These are the main hardware requirements to install, like network cards and all, like to access the machine, network cards. So these are the main hardware requirements, okay, for any machine, guys. So what and all software requirements we should have? If I want to install SQL Server, what and all software requirements we
SQL
should have?
Server software, Windows
Very good.
OS.
First, I should have
OS.
an operating system, Windows operating system. Okay. So first I should have an operating system. This is my main requirement. And then some default softwares like .NET framework. Okay.
Yeah.
.NET framework also very important to install SQL Server. And we should have SQL Server software. Okay. And in case if you are using any third-party tools and all, you can just mention those third-party tools also here. Right, these are the main hardware and software requirements to install the SQL Server, guys. These are the main hardware and software requirements to install the SQL Server. Then how the process will start? I want to install SQL Server, right? I want to install SQL Server. So in that scenario, if I want to install SQL Server generally, okay, so I should have machine. Without machine, I cannot proceed to install SQL Server, right? Let me check here. Hi, sir. In company, which edition we use? Anandika. So in the company, we'll use mixed editions, Anandika. Why? Because we'll have mixed environments, right? We'll have prod, non-prod environment. So in the non-prod environments, mostly we'll use developer edition. In the prod environments, we'll use standard edition. Some servers will go with the standard edition, and some servers will go with the enterprise edition. Okay, so we'll use mixed editions in the organization. Right, fine. So now let's go with this Drive.io. I'll use Drive.io, guys. This is a website where we can, okay, discuss the things with the help of diagrams and all. So let's go with this one, okay. Let me create a new one. SQL DBA. Right. So as discussed, in case if I want to install any SQL Server, first of all, I should have Windows Server, guys, right? So imagine this is my Windows Server, okay? So this is my Windows Server machine, guys. This is my machine. Let me go with this one, okay? So this is my Windows machine, right? This is my Windows Server, guys. So this is the Windows Server, right? So any version of Windows Server, right? So I should have Windows Server, right? So without Windows Server, I cannot install SQL Server. I should have a platform. So once the platform is created, then only I can install SQL Server, right? So here I should have operating system, OS, okay? And we can see some results related to OS. Windows OS. Okay, let me go with like this. Let me go like this. Okay, imagine I should have a platform. So this is the Windows machine. So in this Windows machine, this is my platform, guys. So on this platform, what I can do, okay, I'm able to install the SQL Server. Okay, so this is my operating system, SQL Server. Okay, so this is my SQL Server. Okay, so this is my platform, guys. This is my platform operating system. On this platform, what I can do, I can install the SQL Server, guys. Like this, on Windows operating system, we can install lot of applications, guys. This is one application. You will install Avesta antivirus, you will install Zoom. See now how many processes are running. Lot of applications. I installed Google Chrome. Okay, I installed Microsoft Edge. I installed OneDrive. I installed Zoom. I installed some other tools, Avast Antivirus, OneNote, Management Studio. How many applications are running? For all these applications, the base is your operating system. On this operating system, all the applications can run. So now I want to install the SQL Server. If I want to install the SQL Server, this base is mandatory, guys. Right? This base is mandatory. So I have to create the base, right? If I want to create the base, what I should have? Just a minute, just 1 minute. I'll be back. Just 1 minute. Right, okay. So I should have the platform, right? I should have the platform. So operating system. So where I can install the operating system platform? So operating system, that is an operating system, right? So if I want to install, I should have one machine, right? If you go to any laptop shop, generally what you will do? You will buy a new laptop. So once you bought the laptop, what he will do, guys?
Install the operating system.
He will install operating system. So to install that operating system is a package. Okay, to install that operating system, you should have one machine, right? Or server, right? So that is called machine. Okay, that is called machine, guys. That interface or that particular device, you can call it as a machine. Okay, like your laptop. Laptop is a machine. Okay, so that is called your machine. So we can create, there are two types of machines, guys. Two types of machines. Okay, one is physical machine. Second one is virtual machine. Okay, one is physical machine. Second one is virtual machine. So what is physical machine?
Laptop, desktop.
Right. Physical machine means the machine that you can see with your naked eyes, you can touch, you can feel. That is called physical machine. Your laptop is a physical machine. You can see your laptop. You can touch your laptop. You can feel your laptop. Right? So laptop is your physical machine. Okay, like that earlier we used to have servers also, like physical boxes. If you go to any engineering college lab, you can see, right, lot of desktops,
Desktops.
right, lot of machines, lot of computers you can see, right, in the engineering college lab, right,
Yes.
20, 30 computers will be there. All are physical machines. You can see the machine, you can feel the machine, you can touch the machine. Okay, what is virtual machine then? Virtual machine, virtual assistant. What is Google virtual assistant? You can feel it, you can see it, but can you touch Siri?
No.
No, we cannot touch it.
You cannot touch, right? You cannot touch Siri, right? That means virtually it will be existed. Virtually that Google virtual assistant will be existed. It will help you. You can feel it, you can see it, you can make benefits from that particular software, whatever it is, but you cannot touch it. That is called virtual machine. So using physical machine, I can create multiple virtual machines. So this virtual machine or else this virtual assistant, this Siri, where it will exist? This Siri, where it will exist, guys? It won't exist in the air, right? Where it will exist? In the iPhone, right? In the iOS devices, right? So if you want to get a Siri, definitely you have to buy a physical device, right?
Hmm.
Right? In the same way, in the Android phones, we have virtual assistant, Google virtual assistant. It won't exist in the air. It will exist in any physical device. So if you want to create any virtual machines, you should have
Physical machine.
Physical
physical
machine.
machine. This physical machine you can create as a multiple virtual machines. Okay. So imagine this is my physical machine. Imagine this is my physical machine. Right? So this is my physical machine. Now here, using this physical machine, if you want to create any machine, generally what things, what are the main things, guys? If you want to create any machine, what are the main things? For any,
RAMs.
right, for any machine you need RAM, any
CPU.
machine you need
CPU.
CPU, any machine you need storage, right? Along with that, you need one operating system, right? So
Yeah.
here also, I have one machine. This is my machine. This is my machine. So this machine is having, imagine 16 GB RAM. Okay, this machine is having 16 GB RAM. RAM. This machine is having some 4-core CPU. Okay, so this machine is having or some 16-core CPU, imagine. And this machine is having some hard disk. Okay, so hard disk. Imagine it is having 512 GB hard disk. Listen carefully, guys. This is very important. This platform is very important. If you are good in here, then you can easily understand, okay, other things and all. type. So now I have a machine. Imagine this is my laptop. Imagine this is my physical machine. This is my laptop. Okay. So using this laptop, I want to create a virtual machine. Using this laptop, I want to create a virtual machine, right? So I told you, right, Siri cannot exist alone. You should have one physical device. Either you should have iPhone, or you should have tablet, iPad, or you should have that iOS laptops we have, right? Apple laptops. We should have these devices, then only Siri will exist. So in the physical machine, you can create virtual machines. Okay. So to do that, we should have one extra software called virtualization software. What is that, guys? Virtualization software. So this is an extra software. What it will do, it will allocate physical resources to the virtual machines. What it will do, virtualization software will help you to allocate the existing physical resources to the virtual machines, to the virtual machines. So for that, what you need, guys? For that, you need a
Physical.
virtualization software. So using the virtualization software, I can create multiple virtual machines in a single physical machine. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Any doubts? Any doubts here, please? Any questions? Any doubts? Questions, doubts? Right? So this is called your virtualization software, guys. What is this? This is called your virtualization software. Okay. So using the virtualization software, what you can do, you can able to create multiple virtual machines. You can able to create multiple virtual machines. So these are all virtual machines. Okay. Virtual machine. Okay. So you can create multiple virtual machines here using the physical machine. These exist virtually, guys. Okay, these machines will exist virtually. So now you want to create one machine. Okay, forget about these two machines. Forget about these two machines. Now using these resources, I want to allocate 2 GB RAM to one machine, to this machine, 2 GB RAM. Okay, and I want to allocate 2 CPU cores, 2 cores, and I want to allocate 30 GB hard disk. Okay, so I can allocate all these things. Okay, I can allocate all these things using this virtual software, virtualization software. I can allocate all these things to this machine, and I can create this machine. So to do that, one software will help us. That software is called
Virtualization.
virtualization software.
Virtualization software.
So can anyone tell me what and all virtualization softwares we have in the market, guys?
VMware.
We have VMware is a
VMware,
virtualization software.
Nutanix.
Oracle VirtualBox is a virtualization software.
Yeah.
And what we have, okay, so we have Microsoft Hypervisor. Correct.
Hypervisor.
Microsoft Hypervisor we have, Hyper-V. Okay, we have Microsoft Hypervisor. So these are all leading virtualization softwares in the market, guys. Sanmukh, can I install SQL Server directly in the physical machine? You can. But there are a lot of challenges with the physical machine. You know, right? If it is a physical machine, we have a lot of challenges. We need space, right? If you go to engineering college lab, 20 or 30 computers will be there. How much big lab it is? Every computer will have its own CPU. Every computer will have its own disk. Every computer will have its own network cards. Every computer will have its own network lines. LAN cables. It's very hard to maintain. Imagine for 20 machines itself, it's difficult. In the organization, we have to maintain 2,000 servers, 3,000 servers, 7,000 servers, 10,000 servers. Imagine TCS is giving support to many clients, and each client is using 100, 200 servers or 500 servers. So across the TCS, they might use 1 lakh machines. Where you are going to fit all these 1 lakh machines if it is a physical machine? Are you getting my point, guys? If it is a physical machine where there is a big machine with CPU, separate CPU, where you are going to fit all these things? You should have a big building and you should have a cooling system to that building. Right? Cooling system is also important. If 1,000 machines are running at a time in a single place, how much heat it will generate? If you don't have cooling system, then the components, the peripherals will be damaged quickly. You should have continuous electricity. You should have continuous cooling system. You should have continuous network. Lot of challenges are there, right, with physical machines. I'm not saying for virtual machines we don't need to provide all these things, but physically they don't exist. Virtually they will exist. Okay, you don't need very big building. Earlier, the whole data centers will be like across the building we will have a data centers. Across the big building, like 5 floors, 10 floors data centers we used to have earlier, like in the year of 2000, 2005, like during this period, we used to have very big buildings and all as a server rooms. Later, when our virtualization is introduced to the market, now you can see only a small server room. There itself, they are managing hundreds of servers. Using one physical machine, I can see how many machines I have created. This is my laptop. Using my laptop, how many machines I have created, guys? Around 6 or 7 machines are there. In a single laptop, you can see 6 or 7 virtual machines are there. 6 or 7 virtual laptops are there. In a single laptop, in a single physical laptop. And that too, I have only 16 GB RAM. Imagine if I have 256 GB RAM, how many machines I can create? So each machine is one VM. This is one VM, this is one VM, this is one VM. How many VMs I have created? 4 plus 4, 8 VMs I have created in one single laptop. If I want to create 8 physical machines, guys, definitely I need one room, right? Definitely I need a network. Definitely I need a cooling system, right? So lot of things are there to maintain if it is a physical machine. And suddenly if the hard drive and all is corrupted, it's very difficult. Again, you have to stop the VM, you have to remove the hard disk, you have to, again attach the hard disk. Lot of challenges are there with physical machines. So from 2005, 2006, like that, earlier also virtualization concept is there, but it was so famous. Okay, from 2005 onwards, it was so famous. So nowadays, 95% virtual machines will be there in the organization. Only 5% physical machines will be there, guys. Clear? Physical machine, virtual machine differences. Any questions, guys, here?
Sir, okay, basically for virtual machine, right? So basically we'll be splitting our storage and RAM for the individual VMs, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So using a physical, guys, don't think virtual machine means you'll get the RAM, storage, CPU from the air. No, using your existing, say for example, if you have 10 rupees, if you want to distribute to 2 people, how you are going to distribute?
5 rupees each.
5 rupees, 5 rupees. Okay, depends upon your requirement. So one person is having more requirement, so you'll give 7 rupees, you'll give 3 rupees. So that is finally the end product is 10 rupees only. You cannot give, if you have 10 rupees, you cannot give 20 rupees to 2 people, right? So I have 16 GB RAM. From the existing RAM only, I can allocate some RAM to one VM. So now if I'm creating one more VM, 2 GB is already allocated to this VM. So how much GB left?
14.
14. This I can give to these 2 machines. 7 I can give. No, this machine is using less memory. So I'll give 4 GB to this machine. Remaining 10 GB I'll give it to this machine. So that is my wish.
Yeah.
Using the physical machines only I can allocate. So if I have 16 GB, I cannot allocate 32 GB to machines, right? Physical components are very important. Using these physical components, I can create virtual machines using virtualization software. Then while creating it, will ask, hey, how much RAM you want me to allocate? Okay, 4 GB. Okay, 16 minus 4, 12 GB will be there to create other VMs. How much CPU cores you want me to allocate? Okay, 2 cores. Okay, 14 cores will be there to create for the other VMs. How much storage you need? I need 100 GB. Okay, 512 minus 100, 412 GB storage will be there for other VMs. So using the physical resources only, you can create the virtual machines. It's not possible to create without physical resources. But earlier, every server used to have separate RAM, separate CPU, separate hard disk. Now it will be like a pool of hard disk. Some 10 terabytes will be there. Out of 10 terabytes, he will allocate some storage to one VM, some storage to another VM, some storage to another VM. 1 terabyte of memory will be there. He will allocate 16 GB to one VM, 32 GB to another VM, 64 GB to one VM, 128 GB to one VM. If that is if that is not enough, then again he will add some extra 1 terabyte of RAM. Are you getting my point, guys? Using the existing physical resources, and they are able to create the virtual machines. To do these things, there is a software. So that software is called virtualization software. So in the market, we have different virtualization softwares, like we have Oracle VirtualBox, we have VMware, and we have
Hypervisor.
So these softwares will help you. So throughout our course, anything you can use, guys. I'm going to use Oracle VirtualBox. I feel that is easy, and I feel it is a lightweight process when compared to VMware and all. For creating a VMware, I mean to say, to create a machine in the VMware, you need more resources, minimum 2 GB machine and all you need. But with Oracle VirtualBox, with 512 MB also, you can create a machine. Okay. So this is how. So I'll show you in the evening class what and all resources we can create, how to create the VMs and all. Yes, please.
A small thing. Okay, these VMs can be accessed only through, say for example, in your physical server there are 4 VMs.
Correct.
So these VMs can be accessed from anywhere, or only it can be accessed only in your particular server.
We can do that if you want. We can do that by enabling extra settings. For that, I need a separate component called VNet and all. Okay, so VPN software I can use. Using VPN software, even you also can access my laptop. I mean to say the virtual machine that I have created. We can do that. It's not limited to me, Shanmukh. You have installed the VMs, only you can access. So what about other people? So no one, I mean, everyone can't come to Bangalore to access these machines, right? How come other people from other locations can access? Using VPN softwares, they can access the machines from anywhere. This will be discussed in the evening class.
Okay.
Okay.
Final thing. Okay. So if our hard disk is corrupted, is the data will be safe in VM, or it will be also be?
How come? It depends, Nikhil. It depends, Nikhil. So if it is normal corruption and all, in the corruption also, lot of corruptions will be there. If it's completely corrupted, depends upon the, like we have some, depends upon the hardware features. Some hardware will allow you to recover the data even though the hard disk is corrupted. Some hardware they don't allow, depends upon the hardware that you choose. Yes, it is possible, and no, it is not possible, depends upon the hardware. Okay.
Okay.
Health condition of the hardware.
Correct. So guys, one more update. This is the last demo. Demos are completed as promised. 3 demos, 3 into 2 hours, 7.5 hours demos we just completed. Okay, so now the evening session, the meeting link will be changed. So this will be distributed to the registered students, guys. So the same meeting link won't be there for the evening session. Okay, so I request you to all, please contact me. So please complete your registration process. Please ping me in my WhatsApp number. So once the registration process is completed, then we can go ahead and we can, okay, I'll share you the new meeting link and we can go ahead, guys. Chalo. So ping me from your WhatsApp number. So we'll tell you the process and all. From then onwards, then we'll go with the regular classes, guys. Again, there is no, the classes will continue. Like in the evening, I'll tell you how to create VM and all. Again, from the evening, again, I don't start from the beginning, guys. Okay, it will continue. First 1 to 3 classes you can attend for free. Then the classes will continue, 4th class onwards. But you have to complete the registration to get the new meeting link. Okay. Chalo, guys.
Yeah.
Any questions, please? So as of now, these 3 classes are uploaded to our channel, SOSC University in the YouTube. Okay. So you can go to this YouTube and you can type SOSC University. There you can see under live section. So you can see all the videos. I'll upload some thumbnails, guys. Sorry. I'll upload some thumbnails. So I'll create the thumbnails today once I'm free. So this is our channel. Okay, and if you go to live, you can see these three classes, guys. This is the first class. No, this is the current class. This is the first class. This is the class 2, and this is the third class. Okay, so this is how, if you want, you can go and watch the videos. Okay, from this live section. Chalo. Fine. So if you have any questions, let me know, guys. Otherwise, we are good to close for now. In the evening, we'll connect at 7 p.m. IST, and we'll give you the new meeting link. Okay. So I hope everyone filled that registration form. So if you haven't yet, I'm going to post you again in our chat. So let me check where is this. And someone asked what is core. We'll tell you, Shiv Gurunagan. Okay. So we'll discuss that one. Let me post this again. So I'm just posting the registration link, guys. So you can just go to this link and you can fill the details. And of course, you have to ping me. And don't ping me by 6:59 p.m. Okay. So everyone will be silent till 6:59. Suddenly 6:59, Shanmukh, I want to continue. Okay, so if you want to continue, there is a registration process and all. If you ping me at 6:59 for 7 o'clock class, it will be difficult, right, to complete the process. So confirm me by 5 p.m. today, and then you will get the new meeting links. Okay. Fine, guys. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. I hope. Okay. We'll discuss the classes will be like this only, guys. So nothing to worry. So we'll discuss everything from very beginning and all. So you can just, okay. I hope if you like the classes, you can continue. If you don't like, just let me know. Any suggestions and all will improve. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. So thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. We'll see you in the evening.